A barber is accused of shooting a couple of his clients. A fight over milk lands a man in prison. And a man driving a stolen construction vehicle tells the deputies, "I like it." And a woman was forced to forfeit her lottery prize after the U.S. Post Office loses her ticket. These are the weird stories with one thing in common, and that is the state from which they have emerged from this week. And that is Florida, our favorite place, right? This is Florida Friday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast, hosted by a comedian and the only daily weird news podcast that has Florida Friday. Oh yes, an entire episode dedicated to a wonderful place in the southeastern tip of the United States. Let's get into Florida today, shall we?
Those bizarre stories you hear about all the time that seem to only happen here in Florida.
I know, right?
Can't make this stuff up. It is just one of the many wacky news stories out of Florida.
Why does the Sunshine State consistently produce such strange news?
But what accounts for all this bizarre news? Is it the weather? Is it the people?
Florida is full of the crazy stories.
A Florida barber has been accused of shooting a couple of his clients. This sounds like bad business. Sounds like Florida business. Boca Raton. A Boca Raton barber is accused of shooting at two of his clients in the parking lot of a church. There's no safe haven in a parking lot of a Florida church. That's where the shenanigans are going down. Who is this gun-toting barber? John DiGiovanni. Johnny DiGiovanni, age of 35. He was arrested on 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder of his clients. According to the Boca Raton police, one of the clients said that he and his buddy were shot at by their barber the previous evening. They told detectives that DiGiovanni had scheduled some appointments to cut their hair, but that he hadn't shown up over the past 2 weeks. When one of the clients contacted DiGiovanni to confront him about, why are you accepting appointments, bro, and not keeping appointments, okay? DiGiovanni started yelling, threatening them. Later that night, the men asked DiGiovanni to meet them so they could discuss what was bothering them. Yeah, we would like to discuss about our haircuts, yeah. The men told police that DiGiovanni told them to meet him at the First United Methodist Church. However, when DiGiovanni arrived, he started yelling from his vehicle. It doesn't say exactly what he was yelling, but I'm sure it was something like this. What are you talking about? What are you? I keep appointments. What are you talking about? I'm busy. And then he pulled out a gun and he fired 3 shots at these men before driving away. Luckily, neither man was hurt, but neither man also got a haircut, so that's just unproductive of a night, They were probably hoping they could talk some sense into him and that he would just give him a quick buzz in the parking lot of a church, right? Maybe tip the priest for using the property. Maybe that's what they thought was going to happen, but it didn't. Nope. DiGiovanni was pissed, shot him, ran away, didn't shoot them, didn't hit them. They weren't hurt, thankfully. Well, this is what happens when you got a pandemic and you can't really coordinate for your regular barber. You got to get some kind of rogue barber off Craigslist. Somebody like DiGiovanni, hey man, can I get an underground haircut? Although, we're talking about the state of Florida here. I highly doubt that anything is closed. So clearly you can get your nails done and your hair did. So I don't even know why they're hooking up with DiGiovanni. Maybe the guy gives the best fade in Boca Raton. I don't know. But is it worth getting killed over the guy who gives the best fade in Boca Raton? By the way, doesn't keep appointments and wants you to meet him in abandoned church parking lots? Shady. A fight over milk sends a Florida man to prison. Lee County, Florida. A fight over milk sent one Florida man to jail over some milk. Seems strange. The sheriff's office arrested Justin Anthony Garcia, age 30, on a charge of aggravated battery. This guy must feel very strongly about milk. The deputies said he had an argument with another man over which type of milk was better, whole milk or almond milk. Well, this is an ongoing debate. Something that people are probably pulling guns over. I don't know. People feel very strongly about their choice of milk. You hear a lot of proponents of soy as well. I thought soy might have been in the conversation, but no, it's almond versus whole milk. I'm partial to whole milk because, well, I'm allergic to nuts, so I have to accept the whole milk. I can't really enjoy the wonderful delights of these nut milks that are out there. In fact, they're quite dangerous and could kill me, and I wish everybody would stop pushing them. There's commercials for these things. No one gives a damn that there's all this nut milk out there, and Jonesy's walking around with a nut allergy, you know? All I got to do is grab the wrong carafe of cream at an independent coffee shop. You know, I grabbed the wrong one. It's almond instead of half and half. I'm dead. I'm dead. No one cares. Anyways, it doesn't say here if this guy, Justin Anthony Garcia, liked whole milk or almond milk. It just says the debate escalated into a fight. Deputies said that Garcia punched the other man in the face, chased him with a pocket knife, and cut him. My goodness. Justin, very strong with his milk preferences. Gonna chase a man and cut him? I'm looking at him here. He doesn't look like an almond milk kind of guy. He does not. Now he's got a little goatee there. Kind of obese, little obese. You don't meet a lot of obese people with the almond milk, so I'm gonna guess he's a whole milk kind of guy. He doesn't even want reduced fat, I'd imagine. He just does the whole milk. He looks like a whole milk kind of dude. I really don't know why I'm going on and on about why he looks like a whole milk guy. You kind of have to be here for this. Yeah, what do you guys think, huh? What's better, whole milk, almond milk? Do you have another milk that maybe I've never heard of you'd like to share? Something weird? There's got to be some weird milks out there, right? Pumpkin seed milk, something like that. They make milk out of everything now, I'd imagine. Call my show, 646-450-2012. Tell me what milk you got. What side are you on?
It's Florida Friday, only on Weird AF News.
A man driving stolen construction machinery tells the police, "I like it." Big Pine Key, Florida. A man stopped by sheriff's deputies in the Florida Keys for driving a stolen construction vehicle on U.S. Highway 1, told the police that he was operating this machinery because, quote, "I like it." Who is this guy? Christopher Paul Hawkins, age 35 and very confident, knows what he wants in the world. He was driving some heavy machinery with no lights on when a county sheriff's deputy pulled him over. 1:30 a.m. Operating heavy machinery. I'm guessing on the substances. It doesn't say what exactly he was operating. I'd love to know. Is there a picture here? I don't see one. Well, I just imagine it's something big. Something you probably shouldn't have on the highway. He was going southbound when the deputy approached the driver inside the construction vehicle. He recognized Hawkins as someone he had seen walking just moments before along the same road. In other words, the guy came across a construction vehicle on the side of the highway and it was like, you know what, this beats walking. I'm going to take over this tractor trailer or whatever the hell it is. It could be a dump truck, a digger. I don't know. What do they call these things? It could be a crane, maybe? Doesn't say. We'll just have to use our imagination, guys. The deputy also thought the construction equipment looked familiar as well, and guess what? He was right. Police identified the machinery. Oh, it's going to tell us what it is. A Leeboy 685B grader, which was part of a road construction project underway just a few hundred feet from where Haskins was stopped. He only got it a couple hundred feet. He was trying to figure out how to get it to go over 30 miles an hour. A Leeboy 685B grader. Let me pause and look this thing up. Oh, I've seen these things before. They use these things for all sorts of stuff, like to plow snow, and I think they use it when they're laying tar and whatnot. Very expensive, I'm looking up. You can get a 2008. This is a used Leeboy 685 for 60 grand. I can't imagine what the new one would cost. This guy stole some expensive equipment. And fortunately for the police, equipment that's very slow. So they were able to easily get him. According to the deputy, Hawkins had trouble standing and appeared to be intoxicated. No way! That's a surprise. He stated he did not remember how much he had drank, but that his pickup truck was parked at a bar elsewhere. He also denied driving the machinery overall. I was not driving that. What, are you kidding me? It also says here the deputy made a walk back to the construction site and noticed that along the way, Mr. Hawkins had damaged the roadway and the sidewalk with the grader. So he did a lot of property damage as well. Oh, you can't let a Floridian who's intoxicated drive a grader. You just can't do it, man. And now, I don't know anything about construction sites, though, but this makes me wonder, are the keys just sitting in these vehicles? I never thought to pull over and try and drive one. I just assumed that the keys aren't in there. Do they even take keys? Like, can you just crawl into a grader and just, it just starts like a lawnmower? Like, how do these things work? I mean, they're over $100,000 brand new, I assume. There's got to be some sort of key or a passcode or something. Wow, I'm dumb. Just trying to figure it out, guys, just like you. I'm not thinking about really enjoying one of these. I'm just, I wouldn't mind a backhoe for an afternoon, do some digging around, just kind of dig a little bit, pretend I'm like a kid. Again, seems like a good time. Have a couple beers and dig. Anybody with me? Anybody own one of these things? I'll fly to you. With a 30-pack! Yay! You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A Florida woman was told she had to forfeit her lottery prize after the U.S. Post Office loses the certified mail with the tickets inside. This is not a surprise. Ridge Manor, Florida. Oh, poor Sue Burgess. She was at first overjoyed to learn last month that she won $1,000 in a second chance lottery drawing. That could have turned around Susan's life, living in Ridge Manor, Florida. You know what $1,000 can bring you down there? Anything you want. The joy quickly disappeared, though, when weeks later the Florida Lottery informed her she'll have to forfeit the prize and her winnings will go to an alternate winner. Why is that? Well, because the U.S. Postal Service did not deliver the ticket to lottery headquarters in Tallahassee, even though Burgess sent the package through certified mail. Did you ask for return receipt requested? Did you pay extra for the signature? I love all those things at the post office that you can pay extra for just to make sure that it gets there, which is what it's supposed to do in the first damn place. Hey, would you like insurance? Would you like a signature? Why do I need those things? So it gets there. Yeah, I thought that's what you're for getting it there. Now, I don't know anything about this second chance lottery, but apparently the winner has a limited window of time in which to turn in a ticket to claim the winnings. Because of the pandemic, all local lottery offices were closed after she won this, so she had to mail it in. She followed the Florida Lottery's instructions and sent in her ticket through certified mail through the USPS. And of course, you can't count on that damn thing, though. You can't count on the USPS. Can you imagine the USPS in Florida? What? Now, they tracked her ticket. It arrived August 12th at a Tallahassee post office, but the journey ends there. The online postal service tracking shows the ticket was never delivered to the lottery office, as required to claim the prize. Burgess says, I was told no ticket, no prize. That's what they said. Oh, poor Burgess. Unlike other lottery games, the Florida Lottery has records of all second-chance winners because players register their tickets and contact information. Burgess was notified that she was a winner after a lottery employee called her. Typically, lotto winners of more than $600 can submit winning tickets in person at their local lottery office, but that was pre-COVID-19. Burgess says she was told she could send the ticket via certified mail or leave the ticket in a drop box at a local lottery office. Burgess said there was a 1-week time frame to submit the ticket, but she missed an email about being a winner, and by the time the office called her, she had days to get the ticket postmarked. So she chose certified mail. That's why I chose the certified mail. With COVID, I understand the mail's a little bit slow, but for safety's sake, certified mail usually has a bit of a priority. A spokesman for the Florida Lottery emailed that Burgess's claim was never received. Oh my goodness. The claims processing department urged Burgess to contact USPS for more information on what happened to her ticket. A Postal Service spokesman says the post office is investigating but does not yet know what happened to the package. Yeah, of course. You might want to look in a ditch behind a local mall or something. I think that's where the USPS just dumps the mail because they're not in the business of delivering it right now. Jonesy, behind them all? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I just read in Burbank, which is a nearby neighborhood near me, kind of. They had just boxes of mail was found tossed behind a mall. I think they checked the CCTV as well and saw that it was big vans pulled up and just dumped a bunch of bags of postal stuff. It's just unbelievable what's going on with the mail. I really feel bad. Can you imagine working for the USPS right now? I mean, you just got to be over your head. And then there's the story of poor Burgess, who's really the victim in all of this, and her life will remain the same after not receiving that $1,000. Yes, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Welcome to the weekend, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the Florida Friday episode. I want to thank all of you who sent me Florida stories. You can send me articles or leave me a comment if you'd like at my Gmail, which is funnyjones@gmail.com. Or you can send me anything via Instagram at funnyjones as well. I have a review from Kristen M. Beeman on Amazon. She gave me 1 star and wrote, "Super annoying. I wish the guy," I think that means me, "I wish the guy would just read the weird news rather than go on and on and on about how funny he is and whatnot. Edit yourself and I'll try again in 6 months. Great idea. Obnoxious execution." Well, I hope I can get better so that when you come back in 6 months, Kristen, you'll give me the thumbs up. And maybe you'll change your 1-star review to like a 3-star review. That's what. Hey, you got to shoot for the moon. Maybe you hit the stars, right, guys? You guys can always leave me a review on Amazon or iTunes. It's super helpful and appreciative. And I'll actually always read them, whether they're positive or negative. I enjoy getting reviews. So, yeah, if you had a moment over the weekend, you want to leave me a review, totally cool. If not, I get it. You're busy. If you're hanging out with some friends, please suggest Weird AF News if they ever ask, is there a podcast that you could recommend? So yeah, Weird AF News, maybe. It might be for you. It's a nice break from mainstream news, that's for damn sure. And you do learn a little bit about the world, and occasionally you laugh, which is nice. That's just a bonus. That's just an extra thing. Yes, and also I have a Patreon. I always got to mention my Patreon, patreon.com/weirdafnews. And I have a new patron that I'd like to give some love to, and that is Mr. Rick Wren. Rick Wren. Wren is with a W. W-R-E-N. Yeah. The Wren with the W. Yeah, you got to watch out for those. They're tricky. Rick Wren. Rick, I want to thank you so much for joining the Patreon. Rick's a swell guy and has shown some dedication to the show by willing to support Weird AF News on a whole new level. And Rick, I hope you enjoy the extra content that's available in the Patreon. There's some weird stuff in there. Try some bonus episodes. See if that's your thing. It's a little bit different than the regular episodes because it's me with another individual. But usually that person is funnier than me. So that's very helpful. So you get that with the Patreon. And there's a bunch of other stuff. There's videos in there, videos that I've made. You can download my album and whatnot. So please enjoy that, Rick. And thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I guess lastly, have a lovely weekend. Be safe and make sure you're taking precautions. We are still not out of the woods when it comes to the pandemic. So please exercise caution if you're going to be going out in public or you're going to be hanging out with some strangers, some people that you don't know. Don't go to Florida, of course. You want to take that right off your itinerary. And if you're in Florida and you want to leave, you can come to California. Come on over. Not Southern California because we're a little crowded, but you can go up north. It's totally cool.